Javier Farje, he is a journalist covering Latin America and joins us from London. Javier, why do you think we're seeing this effort now by the Ortega family to try to restore dialogue with the U.S.?
Well, there are different versions in relation to what's going on here. The sanctions that you actually correctly mentioned at the beginning of your report have been affected, particularly the family of Ortega, the Ortega Murillo, which is the family of Daniel Ortega. Heavily, the businesses have been affected by that. So Laureano Ortega, who's considered the heir apparent of Daniel Ortega, needs to break that so they can do business again. They can no longer enjoy the kind of lavish lifestyle that they used to have before because the sanctions have actually affected them. On the other hand, there is an old guard of former Sandinista people who are still working with the President Ortega, and they feel very uncomfortable about the way Ortega has become very authoritarian. Therefore, they have been putting pressure on the family to try to negotiate with the United States. But obviously, one of the reasons is that as well, you mentioned, for example, Russia at the beginning of your report. It is true. The U.S. is the main trading partner of Nicaragua, as you said. Russia has been supporting them, but they can no longer do that because of the war in Ukraine. Venezuela, the other partner they had, they don't have any money, which means that Nicaragua and the government of Nicaragua needs to reestablish some kind of relationship with the United States. Twofold. One, the sanctions which are affecting directly the family of Daniel Ortega, but also the sanctions are affecting the economy of Nicaragua. Only in March, President Biden cut down an extra quota of sugar exports from Nicaragua to the U.S. That is affecting the economy of Nicaragua, and also the producers of sugar who have been putting pressure on the government to try to release political prisoners as a condition for the United States to lift these sanctions. So yes, there are personal but also political and economic reasons for this approach by the Ortega family.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Russia being an important ally for Nicaragua in terms of trade and things like that. How important are U.S. relations to Nicaragua when it comes to things like trade by comparison to Russia?
Extremely important. I mean, Russia, Venezuela, and China don't constitute only not even 4% of in terms of the trading relations between Nicaragua and foreign countries. The United States is the biggest partner that Nicaragua has in terms of trade. They depend heavily on the export to the United States. Not only that, they are part of CAFTA DR, which is the Central American Free Trade Agreement and Dominican Republic. It's a free trade agreement between the U.S., Central American countries and the Dominican Republic. Now, Biden has been threatening to reconsider the position of Nicaragua. Nicaragua is part of this agreement. The position of Nicaragua to sanction them, and that could be the end of the economic reforms that the Ortega family wants to implement in Nicaragua. So they really need the United States on their side. Now, apparently, the State Department has already said that if the Ortega government is prepared to discuss the release of political prisoners. It is believed that at least 183 political prisoners are behind bars in Nicaragua. Then the U.S. would be considering the possibility of lifting the sanctions. So maybe Laureano Ortega wants to discuss, that's what they are speculating in Managua anyway, the media in Managua are speculating that he might want to negotiate this particular issue, that the release of political prisoners, as a condition for the U.S. to lift the sanctions which are affecting the Nicaraguan economy and the economy of the Ortega family.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Javier Farje joining us from London. Thank you.